Hi there, Loy Machedo speaking to you from loymachedo.com. And it was Loy Machedo. Today, the date is 14th of March, 2016. Time right now is 4:20 in the evening. All right. Happen to get this question from a young man who says, Loy, I would like to get a tattoo done. What would you recommend? Which style? What design? Okay. As I'm answering this question, I'll also answer the question of what are the tattoos you should not get. But first and foremost, to answer your question, if you're going to ask somebody as to, I'd like to get a tattoo, but what would you recommend? That means, number one, you don't really have a reason, a purpose. You don't know why you're getting this tattoo. You just want to get a tattoo for the aspect of getting a tattoo. That's why you're asking somebody or me, what would you recommend? Okay, second one is, obviously you don't have the maturity, because you need to understand this, that, you're asking somebody on something that you're going to put permanently on your body, that's going to speak a language, that's going to communicate something, and you're asking somebody else what to do with your life. And number three is, you do not know the consequences of your action, because you need to understand this. What you're going to put on your skin is going to be visible for the rest of your life. Now, you need to keep this in mind, that there are lots of careers, there are lots of options, there are lots of jobs that you'll just shut down. Even there will be repercussions religiously, culturally, morally. Even some countries will not allow you in by doing this. And I know this because I have faced it. Okay, and that is why I would not recommend, seriously do not get a tattoo if this is what you're asking. And if anyone has to get a tattoo, I tell them, reach the age of 30. After the age of 30, then you're mature enough, because I got mine after the age of 31. And then you're mature enough because you've seen at least half of your life. Before that, don't get it. And these are the top 21 tattoos I would recommend not to get by anyone. See, because, end of the day, people are going to do what they want to do. So these are the top 21 tattoos that I recommend not to get. Okay, the first one. Now, you might disagree with me on this, but at number 21, I would say never get a very detailed tattoo. There are some tattoos which are very detailed, very minute, very small, and very compressed. And what happens is, now they look very nice. However, with time, after 10 years, after 15 years, they start fading. The details fade and it looks smudged. Like, for example, you look something at this, even if it gets smudged, okay, still it's pretty clear, all right? And then there is also aspect, you lose weight, gain weight, it stretches, So if you get a tattoo that is very detailed, understand this, that after a certain period of time, especially black and white, it starts looking smudged. So at number 21, the tattoos you should not get are very detailed ones, okay? They look great, but after 12 years or 15 years, they look smudged. At number 20, I would say do not get faces. Now, this is a big risk, because what happens is a tattoo artist has to be really amazing, truly, truly amazing, in order to get a face tattoo done perfectly. And there are a lot of factors that come into this. Now, if you put a tattoo, let's say on your stomach or on a part of your body that expands and contracts, that face can look pretty horrific. If you check on YouTube, you'll see a lot of face tattoos that have been put on the body that initially was supposed to look very good, but they look really bad, and some of them they don't look at all like how the photograph looks. So be careful, because once this tattoo is imprinted on your skin, you can't change it. So at number 20 is face tattoos, tattoos of faces on people's body. And number 19, it is tribal tattoos. Now, people love to get tribal tattoos because that is the easiest design. You don't have to choose very much. And it's like, by default, it's easier to choose a tribal tattoo with some designs. But then again, remember this, tribal tattoos are not wow. You might think it's a wow tattoo, but then everyone looks at it. I've spoken to so many tattoo artists. For them, a tribal tattoo is the best tattoo they prefer. Why? Because it's the cheapest. It's the least amount of hard work. You just have to make some designs and just fill up like coloring a book. So tribal tattoos at number 19 are some of the worst tattoos to get. At number 18, the barbed wire. Oh my goodness, I have no idea why people have this barbed wire kind of thing on their back, on their lower back. Why are you doing that? And especially on the lower back, please don't get it. What are you trying to show? What are you trying to imply, So at number 18, barbed wires. At number 17, cartoon figures. Oh goodness, why are you putting Mickey Mouse? Why are you trying to put mermaid? Why are you trying to put a butterfly? What are you trying to communicate? What is, what are you trying to show a macho by showing Donald Duck? It's stupid. Don't have cartoon figures, because today maybe you like a cartoon figure, tomorrow you may not like it. Number 16, it is tattoos that you think look cool or are fads. There are a lot of tattoos that you might like at a certain period of time, like Star Wars, or you might think, certain logos are looking wow, amazing. But then after that fad passes away, you're left with regret, because remember, it's going to be on your skin for the rest of your life. So don't get a tattoo because it's a fad, it's cool, it's like wow, all right? At number 15, this is terrible. Getting faces of celebrity stars or logos of celebrity stars. Like one of them even had one of the lyrics of a celebrity star put on their body. In fact, one of them, one female, I can't get the name of this artist. She had Drake. She had the name of Drake imprinted on her forehead because she wanted to get his attention. How stupid can you get? Please don't do that. Don't get celebrity stars' names or their faces on your body. Like, for example, imagine what happened to those people who had Michael Jackson's photograph or his name, and then he got convicted of child molestation, which I totally disagree. What a shame that would be for those who got Hulk Hogan, and Hulk Hogan is now a nobody, So just think of that. Don't get celebrity stars. Number 14, what tattoos you should not get is when you're under the influence of anything. It can be not just alcohol or drugs. It can be under the influence of anger. It can be under the influence of lust, of love. Please do not get tattoos, any kind of tattoos, when you're in that emotional state. Get out of that emotional state, be relaxed, take time for a month, then decide. At number 13, the tattoos you should not get is the tattoos you cannot show respected people, elders, figures of state, or, people who you admire. Like, let's say the president of the country, or a ruler, or, your grandmother, your mother, your father, or the priest. If you can't show them these tattoos, don't get them, because, sooner or later, people are going to see this and they're going to talk about it, and it's going to ruin your chance for, whatever impression you wanted to make. Then, at number 12, tattoos that predict the future. I know some people who have posted tattoos of this football league would win the cup, or this cricket team are going to, make it, or this guy is going to be a champion. Please do not get tattoos that predict the future, or this year is going to be the year that my child is born. Anything can happen. Don't put tattoos that predict the future. You look like a fool if it doesn't happen. At number 11, it's hate tattoos. Please. Having, white people suck, or black people something, or Mexicans are so and so. Come on. What if tomorrow that's the only kinds of people who can help you? Or, what happens if you realize you were wrong? Please do not have hate tattoos. Hate tattoos do nothing but put you in trouble. And especially if you're surrounded by those people who you hate and they see that tattoo, you're in serious trouble. Okay? At number 19, crude jokes or images. I have seen some guys who actually seen this guy has put a three-dimensional kind of tattoo that looks kind of real of a girl. He's a guy. He has put a girl on his nipple, and her breast comes on the nipple. Come on. How can you? What are you trying to do? Are you stupid? What happens if tomorrow you have a kid and the kid sees this tattoo, or people see this tattoo? You look so stupid. It's a male chest with a female's breast printed exactly on his nipple. I don't know what he was trying to do or think. And then there are people who have put on their belly button a cat's butthole that is pretty famous online. Please do not get tattoos that are kind of crude jokes or bad jokes. It may look funny at that time, but then the novelty wears off. At number 8, please do not tattoo in a language you do not understand. Many people have put Chinese or Japanese emblems, logos or words. Imagine how stupid it sounds if I put water, W-A-T-E-R, or I put air, or I put, health, happiness. For what? And just imagine if the Chinese or Japanese word that you're trying to put is wrong. Then what if W-A-T-E-R, you put W-T-A-E-R? Come on, you just don't know Japanese or Chinese. Now, Angelina Jolie may look cool, but we don't know that for a fact. Maybe it looks stupid on you. Don't do that, okay? Then at number 7, tattoos that can get you legally in trouble. I happened to meet one Australian guy who had a tattoo of, of a certain community being displayed in a very offensive way. And I told him, man, you're going to get in serious trouble. And I explained to him, he didn't know that this was going to get him in trouble. In fact, one other girl who I met, she had a tattoo of two people having sex. It was explicit. This can get you in legal trouble. And there are many countries that do not permit these kind of tattoos. In fact, there was a UFC fighter who had a Nazi symbol on his arm, and he got, his contract got terminated because this was not allowed in the UFC. So please, do not get tattoos that you know would get you legally in trouble. Number six, it is cheap tattoos. Oh, good Lord. How, imagine you're going to get something on your body put for the rest of your life, and you're getting a cheap tattoo. You are negotiating a price. If you piss off the tattoo artist, he's going to do a shitty job. Please don't get a cheap tattoo. You're going to put this for the rest of your life. So make sure when you're putting something on your body for the rest of your life, it should be worthwhile. It should be expensive. And number 5, it's putting names or words with spelling mistakes. Good Lord, I have seen some of them, few of them, 1 or 2. Please do not get it. It is no, absolutely no. Make sure that you have a spell check. And number 4, it is wanting to prove you're a rebel by going against norms, traditions, religions, or beliefs. I met a Pakistani guy who, kept saying, I want to get a tattoo. I told him, listen, no, don't get a tattoo. And he insisted. I didn't want anything to deal with him. And before I knew it, he contacted one tattoo artist. He got his girlfriend's name on both his arms. And he was going to get married to this girl. And the next thing he calls me up again. And I said, now what happened? He said, shit, man, I got the tattoo done. I said, okay, so now what's the problem? Now she doesn't want to marry me because her family is against this. Now, how is he going to remove it? He just put it 2 days ago. And then there are guys who, especially if you're a Muslim, okay? You need to understand that you have certain religious duties, responsibilities. It is not allowed in Islam. You can get a temporary sticker done. Look cool. You can wash it off. Fine. But please don't get a permanent tattoo, especially in Islam. It is not allowed. It's nothing wrong. It's, that your religion is teaching you. There is a reason behind it. There's a reason. You are born as a Muslim. You follow your religious teachings. Okay. Now there are some Catholics, there are some Christians who, religious tattoos are not allowed, or any kind of tattoos are not allowed. Don't do it. Why are you doing it? If your parents, your mom, your dad, your sister don't like it, don't do it. What you're going to do is simply create and generate trouble. If you really want, get a temporary done. You can change it, put something new, change it, put something in. It's like, not being stuck with the same clothes to wear for the rest of your life. And remember this, why put something on your body when you know the price to pay going against your tradition, your religion, your beliefs is going to be far greater than getting it done. It's not worth it. I get so many Muslim and Christian young boys and girls. I get even, Hindus. I get these children who, youngsters who come and tell me, I want to get a tattoo. And then I ask them, is it allowed in your religion? Is it allowed? Are your parents okay with it? Is your, religious culture, do they permit? If the answer is no, please don't get it. It's not cool. It is not a joke. There is a price to pay, okay? And number 3, it is people who are impulsive. Oh, I just feel like getting a tattoo. Oh, I want to get out. I'm deep down. No, don't get it. Don't be impulsive, because this is a decision for the rest of your life. It's not a game, man. It's not a game. There are serious, repercussions. There's someone who's 16 and got a tattoo and they're feeling cool. Fine, their parents are okay with it. But that doesn't mean when they become, 20 or when they become 25, they're going to be happy. I saw a 16-year-old girl. She had a beautiful flower and leaves and a forest design from here all the way till here. I was shocked. I was really shocked. And she was a nice girl. But then, I was thinking to myself, why do you do it? And then I found out she came from a broken family where her mother smokes and drinks and thinks it's cool. So fine, maybe for her it's cool. For you, it's not cool. Please don't be impulsive. Then number 2, one of the worst decisions, Fifi. Come here. My dog is going to go and piss. I don't want to. And number 2 is getting the name of your girlfriend or boyfriend. Please, 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 even if you're going to get married to that person, do not get a tattoo of that person's name. Because remember this, even after you get married, there's no assurance that your marriage is going to work out. I have put the tattoo of that girlfriend who was madly in love, obsessed, the only girl. I put her face here, okay? And then obviously, for me, lucky for me, I could make it a zombie look. So it looked okay. And I put horror faces all over. Okay, so it is not visible. But I've seen one girl who I know, 4, she has put here the names of her boyfriend, and she put X, and one she made it black and made it like a ribbon and all. Don't get the name of your boyfriend, girlfriend. Please do not get. One of the most odd ones was a girl got the name of her boyfriend down on her private parts, on her vagina. What are you going to do? How are you going to take it out? And do you know this? To take out a tattoo costs 10 times more, and it takes at least 2 years. It's a very, very, very painful procedure. Okay? And the number one biggest mistake while getting a tattoo, or the tattoo you should not get, is getting a tattoo on your hands, neck, and on your face. I know, you must be saying, look who's talking. See, I tell things as they are. Okay, getting on your neck, on your face, on your hands is saying goodbye to your career, it's saying goodbye to your relationships, it's saying goodbye to every single opportunity. And you must be really, really, really good at what you do to survive this, because remember, there are many countries I cannot go to. There are many times, many times I've landed in problem just because of this look. Sure, come here. The law, many times have stopped me. There's so many problems you can get by having tattoos on your hands, on your neck, on your face. It's not allowed. Please, this is the biggest mistake you can do, or the biggest blunder you can do while getting a tattoo. That's number one. So, the top 21 biggest mistakes you can do while getting a tattoo is: number 21, too much detail. Number 20, getting faces done. Number 19, tribal tattoos. Number 18, barbed wires. Number 17, cartoon figures. Number 16, getting a tattoo because it looks cool. Number 15, celebrity stars. Number 14, when you're under the influence of anything. Number 13, what you can't show your grandma. Number 12, tattoos that can predict the future. Number 11, hate tattoos. Number 10, tattoos that can destroy a career. Number 9, crude jokes or images. Number 8, tattoos in the language you don't understand. Number 7, getting tattoos that can get you legally in trouble. Number 6, cheap tattoos. Number 5, spell check tattoos. Number 4, tattoos that go against your norms, tradition, beliefs, or religious customs. Number 13, impulsive tattoos. Number 2 is getting the name of your boyfriend or girlfriend or your spouse. And number 1, getting tattoos on your hands, neck, and face. So these are the biggest blunders and mistakes you can get while getting a tattoo. Please don't make these mistakes. And if you need to talk to someone, send me an email. I'll speak to you. I'll tell you what is the price you have to pay. But please do not, listen to me again, do not get a tattoo, because it's not a joke. And if you have to get a tattoo, get it after the age of 30. When you're mature, you've done it, that's it. Loy from LoyMachedo.com and LoyMachedo.com, sharing with you the biggest mistakes you can do while getting a tattoo. Let me know what you think. Love to hear from you. Goodbye for now.
What was it?